it is our honor on the day of NFL honors,
right,
to be joined by future Hall of Famer, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, Walter Payton Man of the Year, one of the greatest players of all time, J.J. Watt. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Man. I appreciate you guys having me. Thanks
it's so good to see you, man. We got a lot to talk to you about. Fatherhood, primarily.
Yes.
That's our favorite subject. Welcome to that club.
Yeah. Thank you. Glad
it's
to be here.
about the only thing we got in common with you.
Glad to be here.
Because we're nowhere near the best at what we do the way you are, man. But actually, first thing, let's get you in the prediction business, shall we? You've been honored 3 times as Defensive Player of the Year.
Yes.
Who's your pick for Defensive Player of the Year? Who do you think should be Defensive Player of the Year? If you were the only one voting.
I think Nick Bosa. I think he's had a great year. I think what he's has been able to accomplish is great. Obviously, he's a part of a great defense. D'Amico Ryans is the coordinator now with us down in Houston, which is great. But I think Bosa's had a great year.
And what is it? And as Mike said, you've done it 3 times. So there's a special insight that you have that we don't. What is a difficult part of being that guy, of being that target where offensive coordinators are saying,
right.
"Oh, okay,
Yeah.
we're going to watch out for him"? What's the part that is difficult that we don't necessarily realize and talk about enough?
The most difficult part is that every single protection is going to slide your way. And if they don't know, they're going to slide your way just because that's what you're going to do. So you're going to get the double teams. You're going to get the chips. You're going to get the running back coming in giving you a rib shot. Their goal is to not let you touch their quarterback. So when you still accomplish that goal, despite everything that they've given you, that's when I have the utmost respect for guys, because everybody knows that you're the man, yet you still are the man, despite all that.
Dude, I remember, this is talking about time flying. I remember when the Texans drafted you, it was like, who's this dude out of Wisconsin? Like, you raised a few eyebrows were raised when they took you in round 1. And it's like, you're such a self-made success story.
I appreciate it.
What was the secret, or just the key to you becoming the player that you became and getting better and better and just becoming a dominant force in the league?
Well, I think first of all, I was self-made by a whole lot of good people helping me out. I was self-made with a ton of people, coaches, parents, teammates, mentors helping me out along the way. But then I think it was just daily commitment. I mean, it was just, I'm a big believer in if you have a huge goal, break it down into digestible chunks and then just eat one chunk at a time. And every single day I try and eat a little chunk of that and try and get one step closer to my goal. And over the course of 12 years, it turned out to be an all right career.
Speaking of that village, man, what they feed y'all in the White House? Because I mean, it's one thing for brothers to make the NFL, it's another one all together for them to dominate the NFL.
Yeah, we would go through a gallon of milk a day. We would eat a whole lot of PB&J sandwiches, and our parents made sure that we knew that you're a growing boy. Put some food in that body.
Awesome.
You know, I got to tell you this. I sometimes work with former Patriot Ted Johnson.
Yeah.
Ted said he did radio in Houston for a while.
Yeah.
He's a teammate of Tom Brady's. I got to tell you, the best player I've ever seen is J.J. Watt.
I appreciate
that. I
that.
played with Brady, but J.J. Watt is the best player I've ever seen. So when you hear that, then go back to maybe high school J.J. Watt or, first year in college J.J. Watt. What was your outlook for yourself?
Well, I appreciate that from a guy like Ted, because I always appreciate from people who have played the game and who have been there, know how hard it is. That is the comments that mean the most to me. But I mean, if you went back and told high school me that I'd be sitting here doing this and after a 12-year NFL career, I would say, okay, what's the catch? Like what? I wouldn't believe you. And so that's why I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful and I have so much love in my heart. And it doesn't matter to me. It still stings that I don't have a Super Bowl, but at the end of the day, it doesn't define me, and I'm thankful for everything that I've gotten because I lived out a dream.
Before we go any further, let's talk about why you're here. You're here on behalf of Verizon. What are you doing with them?
So Verizon's the official 5G partner of the National Football League, and what they've done, I'm not sure if you've ever been on an NFL sideline, but obviously our headsets and everything, it's fascinating. They're kind of like walkie-talkies. They sound like a little shaky like walkie-talkies, and I've always wondered we're the NFL. So Verizon stepped in. They basically took over all the coach-to-coach communications, and it's all now crystal clear, and everybody can hear everything clear. So there's no more excuses if a coach doesn't call a timeout. So it's all Verizon's taking care of it. They've made it ironclad, and that coach-to-coach communication is going to be key.
That's awesome. You're going to be joining in about 5 years that exclusive club. Get that gold jacket. But we were talking before the show about the club that you are in with us now, our favorite club, which is the Dad Club. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
3-month-old son now.
Thank you.
describe what it feels like. And we know the answer,
Yes.
but I just want to not be with him right now.
Oh, I mean, you guys know better than anybody. Like, it is the moment I walk back in that door, and he's now at that age, 3 months, where he can tell my voice and he knows who's in the room, and that smile pops. I mean, that's better than anything I could ever have in my entire life. So it's, I had him in, we had him in October, and I played 10 games since he's been born. I had 10 sacks in 10 games, and that's no coincidence. Like, it changes your life. It changes your outlook. It changes everything. So I can't wait to spend more time with him, man.
I was saying to you earlier, like, you seem at peace, you seem happy with your decision. It's like a lot of times you got to make up for lost time. It's the perfect time for you to walk away. And I know that's part of your decision, because now you get to experience everything with him.
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to that. I now have plenty of time for it. What tips you guys got? Give me some. What do you guys got?
Ooh, well, I would say the first thing is, I don't know that there are generic, universal pieces of advice or wisdom or tips. Right. Because every child, even in your own household, is different. Right. As you know, I mean, your parents raised you, and TJ and Derek raised you guys fairly but differently, right? So it's the same thing. I got 16, 14, and 10. Michael's similar ages.
Yep, right.
It's like, nobody can, there's no blueprint for it. You know what I mean? And even the goal, honestly, and you will do this anyway because it's the type of man you are, just get them to adulthood with as few emotional, mental, and physical scars as possible. That's it. One day at a time.
But I would say, JJ, I'm thinking about my
you
kids.
have some time to think there. Go ahead.
No, really, but like so they're 10, 12, and 14. And part of the reason I'm rushing to get back is I keep getting phone calls about, this is what your son, this is what one son did. This is what. But I would say enjoy the process of getting to know your child. Because we never talk about this. Like, oh, congratulations, you have a child. This is a child, the child looks like you, but you don't know the child and the child doesn't know you. So we always assume, okay, yeah, it's your kid. Yes, it is. But you don't know anything about this person. This person doesn't know anything about you. Person's getting to know you, but you get to know them too. And it's so much fun because you'll get to, oh wow, this is what you like.
And you're gonna make mistakes.
That's the joy of it to me.
If you're gonna make mistakes, and you're growing as a person too, while they're growing, and you're evolving as a person. And one thing too is, like, as much as I appreciate how my parents raised me, and Michael appreciates how his parents raised you, and yours did a great job, it's like you're gonna want to do some things differently. There's some things that aren't gonna work for you that you turned out great, but it's not going to work for you and your child in that relationship. Certain things you may not incorporate into your parenting style.
My wife and I were talking about this the other day. It's pretty wild that you have a child, you're at the hospital for day, 2 days, and then you go home and it's just figure it out.
Good luck.
Just figure it out. Like there's nobody checking in. Like I got my parents stopped by and stuff, but if nobody stopped by, if my parents didn't come to town or her parents didn't come to town, you're figuring life out on your own, man. That is a crazy concept. Somebody just hand you a human and said, go ahead.
And you and your wife, your marriage, I'm sure it's already changed. It's pre-kids, and now it's a completely different relationship with you two. I shouldn't say this on camera. I barely remember, because we had our first child before our first anniversary. So we've almost always been parents, Sarah and I, since we have been together. And so it's... everything changes.
But it's a beautiful thing, and it's all right. Because you see your...
more.
I'm not ready for those days.
Man, I should say.
But that's what another beautiful aspect, though, is because now I see my wife as a mother, and I see how she loves him and how she takes care of him, and that makes me love her in a whole new way and in a whole different dynamic than it just adds to it. It's incredible.
It's so much fun. Hearing that hospital story is great because they do a great job, right? Everything, we'll take your child. Hey, would you like some sleep? We'll take it. And then it's it. You're like, oh, wait a minute, where are those ice chips again? The apple juice and all the
you
nice
start getting scared, and he'll miss a breath or he'll skip a breath, and you're like, wait, is that normal? Like, he's coughing. Is that normal? Like in the hospital, you can ask them. Hey, they're like, just calm down, Dad. But then you get home, and all of a sudden you're freaking out about every little thing.
Like, why are you still screaming? It's like, oh, you haven't pooped in a while. Something like that.
Oh, I forgot. I have to feed you. You're the one. You need to eat.
This idiot right here. I remember one time I was trying to put my son to sleep at night. My wife's like, you got all the lights on. Like he's not going to sleep because you're watching television with the light on. Of course he's not closing his eyes. So anyway.
And this is a perfect time for you, too, because at some point, your child's going to be like, wait a minute. You played
Yeah, I'm not. That's why I retired when I did, so that I can show him my last season and be like, your dad had 12 and a half sacks. He's good. Like I don't want him to click on YouTube and be like, Dad, you sucked in your last season. Like I want him to be able to see something good.
What are some of your, besides parenthood, what are some of your passions in the next chapter of your life?
So I do really love the game. I love the game. I want to be around the game in some capacity, but coaching is just such a massive time commitment and so much you have to put into that. And
so you ain't going to D'Amico's
No,
staff,
I'll
right?
help out every now and then, but I ain't going there.
Yeah.
I do think broadcasting is potentially in them just as a way to stay around the game and help share the knowledge and experience that I had. I really love helping kids out, so I do think that there's some form of high school coaching in my future at some point. But other than that, man, I really want to relax and enjoy myself. For my whole life, I've been working every year for the season, and so now I want to go golf. I want to travel. I want to spend time with my wife and son. I want to go watch my brother's games. I want to see what the month of August is like. I've never training camp is every August. Cool. I haven't had a month of August.
It's a whole new life. Well, listen, man, if you got some free time,
come on by.
Every weekday, Monday through Friday.
I appreciate
3 to 4 Eastern on Peacock. There's a chair waiting for you.
I love it. Well, thank you guys.
Anytime. We can talk about
We'll do dad talk every week.
I love it. Keep us posted.
And I thought of some more stuff, but we don't have time.
J.J. Watt, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, Man of the Year, future Hall of Famer, and Hall of Fame dad in the making.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you, brother.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.